Welcome to Sweeping the Country. I'm your host, Derek Walker. My co-host, he's always here, and he's always fantastic, Mr. Jimmy Carter. Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, happy almost end of the dog days of summer.
Yeah, what do we got till Labor Day?
You know, this really used to be the dog days of summer when nothing went on.
Yeah.
But at least in some parts of the country, school is back, college is back.
I got to ask
Everything
you.
is back.
I got to ask you because you taught, and my wife has taught for years and years. Well, we were talking about this the other day, and we both said there's no gauge to summer anymore. Like
No,
you
I was
used to
used
have
to it.
time off.
Yeah, you do. You still get it. But I mean, most colleges are done and out by May 5th,
Gotcha. Yeah.
3rd or 4th or 5th. And so you're not used to doing summer at that point. So they're kind of stealing June from you. So, yeah, if you're going back at the 1st of August and you get off in May, that's about right.
Yeah.
But it's just you're not set up for that. At least, the water's not warm. I mean, when we used to care about stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. Where did that go? Is it because we're adults that we don't care anymore, or is it? I don't know.
I don't know who did all this changing things around, but it's just like a lot of things in society. There's a big stink going on this week, and it doesn't really come into too much in the West, but the Cracker Barrel Company changed their logo.
What did they
And, man,
change it to? I have not.
It's just nothing but Gavin Newsom says it looks like some kind of cheese commercial or something. They took this old, they changed. I have to go look at the old one now to see what it was.
I'm going to look right now. We have Cracker Barrels out here. They brought them. They brought them to the
They did?
Northwest. Yeah, we got them, and I love their
Well,
breakfast.
they want to be more contemporary looking or something, and the old country store phrase has been removed, and that type of stuff. It's all this everything. I mean, number one, they're trying to get people just to come to eat the restaurant,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this before. Generation Z, I think that's the number for them, or the
Yeah.
letter.
Yeah.
That's in the 20s. They don't want to eat at places like that. They don't want to eat at a cafeteria. They don't want to eat at a Cracker Barrel.
What do they
They
want?
don't want stuff like that.
What are we doing? Are we delivering it to their house? What do we
They
do?
want to do that. They want kale. They want healthy,
Oh,
more
yeah, I
healthy
want
choices, and that kind of stuff. They want healthy choices and or delivered to their house, and they're just not into that, that type of eating. So
That's
what are you gonna do?
fascinating to me. This headline I'm seeing right here, and it's on. It looks like MSNBC or NBC or one of those. It says sales plummet after they changed the logo. Is that true?
Well, 10% stock fall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty.
just
That's
today.
pretty heavy. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like this. I don't know if you can see what I'm holding up. That's the new one.
Yeah, that's the new one.
That's
It
pretty
looks
plain.
It looks more clean, but
Yeah.
that's not what I don't know. Listen, we've changed. If there's nothing that hasn't changed, I mean
That's
everything.
true.
has
That
changed.
is true. I
And
mean,
and one of the biggest things that's changed with people, including me, I mean I'm one of them, is money. I
Yeah.
have not used any of the money in my billfold in months.
do you
I've
carry cash all the time? I mean, do you?
I carry a lot
do
more
too.
cash than I've ever carried in my life, and I
And-
never use it.
That's why we have it. I think I put $100 in my billfold in my little clip on my wallet, just $100 bill in case I ever need it, and I'll leave that thing in there for 8 months.
I've got more than that
Well,
in
that's
there in mine,
Yeah.
and it's for in case of emergencies or
yeah,
I need to give somebody an immediate present or something.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah. It makes sense.
Something that I've screwed up on or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just the fact that we don't use money, and I think that happens. And I've seen it. If I had money, and I had a bill for $1,000,
Mm-hmm.
and if I had to give somebody $1,001 bills, I'd say, well, that's a lot of money.
Right.
But if I had to do it on a card or something, it's not the same. You don't feel the pain.
I agree. I don't know how much you do this, but I'm just showing you right here.
Yeah. What is that?
That's
That's your.
paying on your watch.
Oh yeah.
And
I got it reported when I pay, but I don't pay on my watch.
It's even worse when you do that. You flip your wrist over and you walk
No,
away.
I
and it
haven't
beeps.
gone that
Oh.
crazy. I do have a MasterCard that does, I give it to them and they just touch
Tap it, yeah.
Chick-fil-A,
Yeah. Mhm.
and you're in. That's easy instead of having to wait
Yeah.
and do all the other stuff. But money, if it's not your money, it's just a thing. It comes by. It's a typed out number.
Mm-hmm.
800 doesn't mean anything much different than 700. but if you saw it in real dollars, it would.
It would mean something. I heard
And we've gotten away from it. And I think that's why people have run up their credit cards so much because they don't feel it when they charge it.
I think
I
you're
know I sometimes forget, on what I've done on American
Well,
Express or what I'm having put on there, like it's one of my insurance bills that's another thing. I know that I don't write checks anymore. That's another thing. I don't remember the last time I wrote a check for something.
taxes.
It's all directly sucked out of my bank account, or I'm taking it and moving money around and sending it on there.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier than writing those checks out. But I also think it's too easy,
To spend.
if you don't, when you write it out, it feels like it hurts more.
I agree. I think you're right on the money. I think if you count something out, if you physically pull it out of your wallet, if you physically count that money and it comes out of another pile of money, right, that you can equate it to, I agree with you. I think there's no question in my mind. But when you don't see it, when you tap it, when you slide the card or whatever you do, the only time I remember it is when I get the bill. And then I think, whoa, how did I get to this?
Well,
And I have
Yeah,
to,
that happens to me weekly, I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Mostly when I see American Express, I'll take that sucker down to zero, and then all of a sudden,
Right.
it's back up to $300 or $500 or higher.
In an instant.
And I say, how did I do that? And
Right.
then I remember, well, the insurance goes there. The da 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 da.
Do you ever
is all
question the charges? Like sometimes I go through it and I think I don't even know what this is, and it's $10.
because they don't clearly say sometimes what things are.
Yeah,
But you pay your
garbage bill.
your streaming,
Yeah.
your streaming services, and all that stuff. And,
Sure.
yeah, it's just money, and we're not using money, so everything's on a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting to the point of what we were talking about off air, and I see it, and I hear about it. There have been stories this week that tourism is down in Vegas.
Which is
And
not
so
good. Yeah.
I haven't had time to check on hotel rooms and see what their prices are to see if they've gone down. But everything is so high. I was looking, and this is from the Las Vegas paper. There is not one thing that has caused the situation in Vegas. It is the state of the economy, and I think that's iffy. I really do think it's iffy.
Okay.
Tighter U.S. immigration policies, where some people are maybe not legal citizens, and they're concerned, they might get arrested, or who knows.
Okay.
The hangover effects from the California fires, making some people stay at home, like if you lived in Pacific Heights and your whole place was burned out, whatever. Tent poles that drew lots of visitors are not happening this year, like, the Super Bowl's not around, March Madness. Formula One is still there. The Raiders are still there. Whatever's going on at the Sphere is still there. But everything is extra pricey in the moment when many travelers are feeling extra price sensitive. I mean, all these concerts, are $600, $800, $900 a seat. I hadn't been to one in a while. I'm not going to pay that for anybody, really anybody. The last one I wanted to go see was McCartney, and it was for not a particularly fantastic seat, was $700 or so dollars. I'm not going to pay it. I've seen him 5 times. I'm not going to pay the 6th at that price.
Let me ask you something, because I think about the old model, right? And I remember when Indian casinos started popping up more than they used to. You used to have to go to Vegas or Atlantic City or whatever to gamble. You
Right.
couldn't just gamble anywhere. Now we have a lot of casinos because the reservations have open casinos and so forth and so on. And there's been rumors of who pays more and who doesn't pay and all that kind of stuff. But whatever. The old model for Vegas was, let's just get people there, and then
Oh, absolutely.
then we'll figure out how we make our money. So hotels were $39, and you could not $1.99. You could eat the buffet all you can eat. I'm looking right here at MGM Grand, and this is a special price, $127.
For what's the date? What is the date?
It just says here $127, iconic hotel, $127 a night, and that's a great.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
I mean,
$150.
that's a great price.
Yeah, $144. Some Caesar's Palace, but they're
Right,
not
those-
$39.
That's as low as they ever go now.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't have a problem with the 124 or 144.
Yeah.
It's like the Nashville hotels. That's the floor these days, I think,
Yeah.
is 124 or 144 for them to be able to provide the service that they have at the hotel. Now, where they get you is where the cities of these, I don't know about Vegas, but I'm sure it's there. Nashville mugs the tourist. They mug you with the city tax and hotel tax
Yeah.
and occupation tax, all this nickel and dime tax, and it mounts up to another, say, $50
Mm-hmm.
on $140 hotel. So you're up to $200 a night again because of the taxes. And I don't know where the end game is, with all the Taylor Swift $800 tickets and
Well,
all
listen
that.
to this. I can't even believe this. I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm in disbelief. Now, I want to go verify. The buffet, and there's a bunch here. There's Caesar's Palace has a buffet for $86. The buffet at Wynn has a buffet called the Daily Gourmet Brunch for $59 to $79. $30 mid-range buffet at the MGM, $38.99. Friday, it's $43. Budget-friendly buffets. Marketplace Buffet offers discounts, reduced dinner prices, $33. Those used to have one less decimal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was.
Well, it's been a long time. I was much younger when they had the midnight 99-cent breakfast,
Yeah,
and it wasn't really big.
it wasn't really
breakfast
great
either.
either.
It was okay,
It was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
but it wasn't anything fantastic. But you loved the price.
But Vegas has gone through this over the time. I remember when Vegas came out and they said, well, Vegas is now for families. Bring your family. It's you guys. There's rides and there's circus games and all this stuff. And I remember taking my family during that time and thinking, all right, well, good. Now I can take my family. Except that my son got a naked woman on a card for a strip club as we were walking down the main
Oh,
track.
absolutely.
And that was it
That
for
would be
me.
easy. Yeah, you just can't take the stripes off the zebra.
I think that's fair. I think it didn't last long. I mean, they did that for about a year.
And the family thing should have never
That was dumb, yeah.
occurred in the first place. But they've had periodic like during the weekdays. Sometimes they've had some where you could go in there and the bottom. I don't think you ever got a room at Paris or any of those hotels for under $100 a night. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
that was a loss leader for them at 100 for the maid services and everything else.
I think we stayed at
Venetian.
Excalibur for cheap. That was a cheap one. The Circus is pretty cheap.
I used to not complain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how my budget was affected by that. I guess I did pay $100. I guess I did.
Weren't you going to go
'Cause now-
see Dolly in Vegas? Or were you talking about it or thinking about it?
No, I would know.
I'll meet you
See-
there if you want to go.
Seen Dolly for that, and then I'm gonna. Blake Selton's tickets going to sell tomorrow
Oh, he's there
for
now.
his January shows, and that's going to be many hundreds of dollars a ticket. 90-minute show, if 90 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they said gambling revenue though is up.
So
them.
are people
Even
not?
though the tourism is down, gambling revenue is up.
Are they not doling out the wins as much?
Smaller group of people are spending more money.
Okay.
So, but they still need to keep the hotels going. But yeah, the people are gambling, and it tells me that they're losing more.
That's what I think.
So,
yeah, that's what I think.
They're monkeying with the odds.
Mm-hmm.
Making the slot machines pay off less, and making other things occur. However, they make them occur.
I have always been a fan, and tell me what you think of this, but I've always been a fan of mechanical slot machines or the card games and stuff where I can't tell if they're fixing anything to make it, so I don't win. But I always thought about all the digital stuff, and I thought it's
that's fixed somehow.
It has
It's rigged
to be.
to have a payoff of X percent.
I guess it's always been that way. I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really be now with the digital. I'm
more
sure.
precise, no doubt about it. But
Yeah, I mean, a friend of mine on Andy Parr,
yeah.
He's been showing slot machines on YouTube, doing a video somehow showing how these ones go and how they pay and how he keeps a floor of $900 and shows all this stuff.
Interesting.
Some of these slot machines. I mean, I'm still primitive. I'm the guy that likes the three lines. One's a cherry, two's a cherry, three's a cherry,
Right,
and an
sevens.
orange, something like sevens.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
the things that I don't understand what they're doing. There's like
I don't either.
15 lines.
Right,
I mean, I used to put money
crossways.
in that, and I'd always just lose whatever $20 I put in
Yeah, yeah.
because I didn't even know what it was doing.
Right, I agree. I agree.
And
Keep it
eventually I
simple.
lost. It's just all it was to it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have won before. I've walked by one of those and put in something and won a couple of times, a couple $100.
I hope
At a
everybody
whack.
had
I
a
mean,
chance to experience that because I've done it and it's
it's
great.
a fun, it's a
great.
fun
Yeah, it's great,
experience when
yeah.
when it occurs. And I've walked out of there plus on the craps table last time I was in Atlantic City. And yeah, I mean, if you just got to have some discipline. If you do get lucky and you win,
Awesome.
you gotta walk.
Well, let's
You've
get
got to
let's
walk.
get real for a second. I mean, Las Vegas for a long time and Reno and Atlantic City and all these places were great vacations because you could go fairly cheap and that gave you gambling money. And what other vacation can you go on where you could come back with more money than when you left? That's
But
Vegas.
it was rare. I don't know
It
many
was
people
rare.
that have done that. Very
It was
rare.
rare, yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people go in there, and this is from gambling books and everything. Say, okay, well, I've got $100 that I'm going to put up, in this venture. Well, you might as well just walk in and save yourself some time
And hand 'em the
just
money.
Give them the $100
Yeah, but
because if you're going to take that approach toward gambling,
Yeah.
you're not going to win.
That's fair. That's
You're
fair.
just waiting for yourself to lose $100.
But what about the free drinks? Do you still get free drinks?
I
in
never
Vegas?
did that. You don't ever drink while you're gambling.
I
Don't
do.
ever
I
do that.
drink and I spend
Well, that's asking for
thousands of
trouble.
dollars. I remember one night waiting for the ATM to turn over because I'd already taken $600, which was the limit.
Lord.
I waited till midnight and it was the next day and I got another $600 out. 1205. I'm the guy they need to go to Vegas and I should
Oh,
stay
yeah.
away. I should stay away.
Yeah, yes, I would think
I'm
so.
a sucker.
But yeah, but I was with a guy, friend of mine. We went in, I guess we were in college. I think we were still in college. I don't know what we doing out there in college. I'm not sure where we were, what our source of money was. I'm not sure. But whatever we did, we had a system. We were going to play, and we were at Desert Inn or one of them.
Yeah.
I remember, and we had this system that they'd say, red, 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 red. Okay, after it gets 5 or 6 times red,
Yeah.
we're going to start betting on black because it's going to turn black
At some point.
at some point.
Yeah, roulette.
And
yeah.
so we put down, say, $5, and so it's red again. So we lost the $5. So then we put down
$10.
and it comes down red, and it lose again. Then we got to put down
20.
$20, and then $40. It went 14 times red, and we didn't have enough money to buy an orange juice. And we had to have, in those days, there weren't ATMs.
That's
We had to
right.
have someone wire us some money
Yeah, you had to do that.
to be
yeah.
able to get out of town.
That is wild.
Wire us some money.
Isn't that
Good
something?
Lord.
And it's funny
so-
because you and I just had this conversation about how easy it is to spend money without using cash, but people are going to Vegas
If you
less.
think you have a system that can beat Vegas,
You don't.
you're an idiot. You're as big an idiot as I was.
Hey.
There is no system to beat Vegas legally.
What was that movie? I want to say for the guy that did the Social Network. They did that movie. I think it was called 21. They had a system, but you hear about these every once in a while, like maybe
People card counting, on
maybe
poker and for 20
Right,
and
right,
for
right.
blackjack.
that's above
No,
our
I
pay
play
grade.
craps, and craps, I love. To me, that seems to be sort of the most fair.
I've heard that, but I don't
'Cause it's
understand
dice.
the game.
I mean, they're not loading the dice, so.
yeah, well,
But I'm sure I don't know. I mean, they got it all figured out. That's why the buildings are so big.
yeah, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful, and
But if you go in there and do a quick hit, on a gambling table, and do it, and walk away,
Oof, I
you either
can't.
won or you lost.
I can't do it.
And that's where luck comes in.
I have to go with my wife when we go, and she'll give me my $100. She gets $100. I go through my 100. Anything I win, I give back to her, and I keep playing my $100. And
Well,
that's how we do it.
If I want something to last,
Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff. I go to the sports book
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
and I bet on the baseball game that's going to be that day or
4
the football
hours.
game. And then you can sit around and watch it and see what you're going to do and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's a good
And,
idea.
and that's fun.
I like
mean,
the
that's
sports book.
that's a real sports book is fun.
Horses, you
And
got
it
all
just
kinds of
takes time. And I've done that too and
Mhm.
lost
Yeah.
because that's totally you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
and nor does anybody else
Yeah.
that's doing it. And that's fun,
Yeah.
but and you get some fairly instant gratification.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
But it's just, money and the whole Vegas and gambling. And I just don't know where we're going with these concert tickets that are $700 and $800 a piece on a regular basis.
Yeah,
Even the
I
Grand
don't-
Ole Opry charges some ridiculous amount of money
Is
now
it really? I
for
can't
people to
remember.
go.
I want to.
It's not cheap. It's per ticket. It may not be $100 a ticket, but it's right up there.
It's up there, yeah.
Close.
Huh.
So
I remember when we went. We did the whole, behind the scenes thing, which was great.
completely different now, though.
Is it really? Yeah.
They've changed. They're paying. They got people buying this and buying that. And
Yeah, they had
it's
something.
all about the money now. I'm so glad I was there in Nashville. During the times when I was there, because things are so different now. I mean,
Yeah.
the tradition is leaving very quickly of
Wow.
everything.
Oh,
Of everything.
that's sad. That is
Because
sad.
think about it, they're no older. The big stars that made country music, from Loretta Lynn to Johnny Cash to Merle Haggard,
Mm-hmm.
the gods, to Willie Nelson is still around. Who else? The Glenn Campbells are gone. The Merle Haggards,
Yeah.
all those people are gone.
You got Alan Jackson's if you go that new.
You got Alan, but he's retired now
Yeah.
and gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dolly and Willie are the last two of the really superstar big
Yeah.
people.
I would agree. Yeah.
And it's just, and same with Vegas. Vegas ran off the stars years ago,
Mhm.
and so they've all kind of come back in the last couple of years, and but I paid big money.
Mhm.
Well, now it's even bigger money, but even 4 or 5 years ago, I was paying $200 a ticket, $250
Yeah.
to go see Shania Twain or
Yeah.
Timothy Faith at the Venetian.
Yeah.
I think Garth Brooks, all those people were in the 250s area, I think.
Wow. That's something. I
So,
mean,
and that's five now. They're even higher than that.
I mean, it's I thought with the professional sports teams, the A's are going there, the Raiders are there. That would be some kind of huge draw, and they've got a lot of draw. I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand what happened to that
It's
old.
just these expenses. You saw the hotel rooms you rent out. Those have been cut drastically.
Oh yeah.
In the past month or so. I mean, their rooms are more, and you can get a package, some stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, there's no deals. The only place that's really efficient to go on a vacation now is a cruise. Now, the
Interesting.
philosophy of the cruise people, gets you on there. Okay, yes, I'm unpacking one time. I'm here. Their big push from the CEO down is to get you to spend more money on board,
Okay.
get you to gamble more, get you to eat more in their fancier restaurants,
Yeah.
and not just the ones that you're paying.
But it did not used
Nothing
to be
for-
like that. It used to
No,
be.
but that's where they know their profits are now.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there, buy the photography from showing you walking out of a hotel, walking out of a restaurant or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
And that's where they're getting there. So that's where you get hit on that. If you want to go to Vegas and not spend, ridiculous amounts of money at these big hotels,
Mm-hmm.
I have stayed for years. It's convenient if you can stay at the Paris or one of those places.
Oh, you're downtown,
It's-
man.
it's-
You're
it's
yeah.
convenience.
Sure.
And you're still not that close to the Bellagio, even though it's across the street.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a hike,
Yeah.
And then I used to get a rent-a-car that weren't that bad in price,
Mm-hmm.
and I would stay at the Hilton Garden Inn down there at the end of the Strip, pretty much even with the airport.
Yeah.
Nice hotel. I didn't have to walk 100 miles from my car to my room,
Yeah.
because you got to walk 100 miles
Yeah.
in Caesar's Palace and all those
Just
places.
the hotel, you got to walk 100 miles because it's so
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
So you can still do that and save money. So
Do you think Vegas needs to reinvent itself, Jimmy? I mean, are we at that point?
I think sometimes you got to get something busted. You got to break it before you can fix it.
Okay, so I got an idea. Why doesn't Vegas, and this is just, hey, Vegas, if you're listening, why doesn't Vegas go into the tech model that we all talk about? Well, the whole city would have to have driverless cars. The whole city would have to have. Why don't they just go full tilt into that? There's plenty of investors that would kick it into Vegas, I promise you. to do all that and make it the first, totally autonomous city. I mean, I don't know if that would attract people or
Well, no, I don't think that's going to make
repel them.
one way or the. They're doing some of that.
Are they?
Tesla's got a tunnel,
Hmm.
that goes from somewhere over there near the convention center to somewhere on the strip. So they're doing
That's
some
kind
of
of
that
cool. Yeah.
because the traffic jam is just ridiculous
Yeah.
out there on the main drive. And you go downtown, that's still cheaper. And I've had better odds at gambling and one easier and better when you go to the Mint
Oh, yeah.
and the Golden Nugget and all those places
Yeah.
downtown.
The originals. Yeah.
I guess you're still having to smell the smoke.
Yeah.
And, that's one thing I'm not used to is, you're not anywhere where you got smoke anymore. And you go out there, downtown, just get a little more smoke.
I went to a place outside of Vegas called Laughlin. Have you ever heard of Laughlin?
Yeah, Laughlin, it's like being on the moonscape
Yeah.
on the Colorado River there.
It's beautiful,
To
really.
get there, it's like going across the moon, though, because
It
there
is
is nothing out there.
It's nothing
Boy.
out there. You're right. And it's way on the fringe, but it is right on the Colorado River. You can do water sports. But you just made me think of it because you said you smell the smoke. All those casinos, I think they were started by a guy named Dan Laughlin. I think the whole Laughlin idea. And it never took off. But there are Vegas-style casinos in Laughlin. And they...
Oak Ridge Boys used to play there, and I
Did
went out
they
there
really?
to see them there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've had big names
Yeah,
out
they
there.
got a
are.
Caesars out there, I think, and,
Yeah.
and Hilton and stuff
They had
like
a couple of big ones, and
Yeah.
they're already on the river. And, there's a retirement community across the river,
that. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I think. And
Are you thinking about it?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about moving?
no, I don't want to be out this too hot in the summertime.
It is hot. It's like 120 out there. It's
Yeah,
hot.
it's ungodly,
Yeah, no doubt about it.
No, I mean, I did used to like to go to Vegas, and it was just one of those places. It was exciting to go to.
Well, I'll make you a deal.
Really got to learn to behave.
I'll make
You
you a
got to
deal.
learn to behave.
That's true. You find a show we want to see out there. I'll buy the show tickets, and you pay for the hotel, and I'll meet you there. We each pay for our own plane fare.
Well, it could happen.
Think
I
about it.
just
Ted is
remember
invited.
I hadn't been flying. That's another thing in my world. And boy, here's one today. Let's see, the latest, and there's one at least every day now. A plane, one of its flaps fell off.
Oh, that's nice.
A
It's
Delta
comforting,
airline
yeah.
plane, part of the wing,
Huh.
flew off between Florida and Texas.
Did it crash?
Delta flight 1893 landed safely without incident in Austin.
Okay.
Portion of the left wing's flap was not in place. The place was it in? They don't know.
I don't
Out of
know.
operation for repair. So it was
At least it was able to land.
all the time. And then, when you want to go, and one of my favorite cities in the country has always been Washington, but I've always felt unsafe there.
Yeah.
More so in recent time.
Are you
than
talking about the state of Washington?
the city of
The
Washington.
city of Washington, D.C.?
And with all the,
Down-
the Democrats are losing their mind.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The National Guard troops,
Yeah,
that don't have bullets in the guns and all that stuff.
I don't want to
There's
go.
So much politics is getting played there. So
Yeah,
much.
agree.
And the climate is still crazy. We've had a really hot summer in LA, and I think some of those places down there have had some unusual hot weather events, and be interesting to see what the winter's going to be.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So I'm staying out of politics today.
Stay out of politics, but know
Stay out of
this,
politics.
Jimmy. We have a spacecraft heading toward Earth. You heard about it. We're going to get...
We do?
Yeah, the
Who's in
aliens are coming. I think the aliens are coming. I'm not
Are they
sure.
illegal aliens?
No, they... Well, evidently, yeah. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think
The
they've
latest
gone...
influx of illegal aliens.
They're coming in a spaceship this time. But yeah,
Okay.
no, it's supposed to be some kind of comet or something, but now they're detecting that it's may not be. It may be extraterrestrial. Some
Okay.
are saying it might be hostile. Some are saying it isn't. I don't know how they would know if it was hostile or not.
Well,
but
we're not going to be able to do anything about it if it is.
I don't think we
hostile, so-
are. What are we going to be able to do? Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. But maybe that's the avenue they are using to get into the United States. I think they're just coming to Earth as a whole. They don't. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's sometime
Well, they're not going to be happy in some of the places.
they might just turn around and hightail it out of
They're
here.
going to be gone. They land in some of these spots. They're not going to want to do
All
it.
right. Okay. Well, fine. And we'll just go to Vegas and buy our time. We got till November.
Okay.
So very good.
That's the score.
All right. Until next week when we do this all again. Oh, wait. I got something for Ted.
All right,
Just some
thank you.
sound effects. There we go. All right. That ought to satisfy
All
him.
right.
And
That
until
was violent.
next week when we do it all again, I'm Derek Walker. He is.
Jimmy Carter,
Good
good
day.
day.